in my house. You have to get out my house. I'm sorry, I don't know where you want to go, but you can call your mama and ask her, can you come back? You already know she don't want me with her, so why would you even? I don't care. You keep doing the same thing. You keep doing the same thing. I send you to school, you ditch your school. You steady calling these little boys. I told you. I don't even talk to nobody. Look, I told you to stay away from these little boys. We're not gonna keep doing this. I'm not going over this no more with you. You have to get your stuff and get out my house. Yes, you have to figure it out. You gotta figure it out. I'm tired. Call your mama right now. Call your mom. See, that's your problem. That's your problem right now. Your attitude. You're only 14 years old. Call your mama. Here. Call your mama right now. You gotta get out my house. I'm done. You too grown. You're only 14 years old. You steady doing the same thing. I felt weed in your room.
That wasn't even mine.
Who weed was it?
You know my friend was over there last.
That's your problem. You hanging out with these little fast little girls.
I told her not to bring it in.
No, you steady lying. That's your problem. You need to stop lying and go to school. All I asked you to do was go to school. I got you everything you want. And you steady crying for what? All you gotta do is do the right thing. But pack your stuff and get out of my house. You can leave now. I'm not gonna keep doing this.
Shalom. I'm back with another video. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakahak Wadash, to the elder apostles and elder bishop of Great Millstone, who rule well, who I learn from daily. I love to get double honor. Shalom to the 144,000, to the 1/3, to the elect. Shalom. Here with a video I'm going to call Keep Thy Daughter in Straitly. And as you seen in the video, or read, father having a talk with his daughter. She's been smoking weed, constantly on phone calls with little boys, disobeying her father, basically doing whatever the hell she pleased. So he's finally tired of it, and he's ready to kick out. So now she's setting up their crimes, but it's kind of too late. Now, we're going to be for real. More than likely, he's not going to throw her out. She's 14. Seems like the mother don't want to be involved because she probably out there living her best life, doing her hot girl summer or whatever the hell they do. And you can tell he loves his daughter. He just frustrated and tired of her BS. He's trying to keep her from being a little thought pocket if she ain't already across that grid. He's trying to give us some law and order, rules and structure, but she fighting against it. And we know here in Babylon, they promote these children being disobedient to their parents. So this is nothing new. But we live by the scriptures. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has it lined up how we should handle our children when they're at that rebellious stage or they don't want to listen. And you gotta, wrestle with it, especially with a young girl here in Babylon, because it's easy for them to go off. One or two boys tell them they pretty, and next thing you know, they the laughing stock of the town because everybody in the head of them. We all know, being Israelite, and you can tell these two, according to the spirit, they're judging the spirit that both of these are Israelite, and the curses are activating on them. So with that being said, we're going to get into these scriptures. First one I'm going to go to is Proverbs 20 and 11. Slack it for that. I'm going to come back to that though. Even a child is known by his doing, whether his work be pure or whether it be right. And her works, as we can tell, was very impure. Smoking weed, you don't want to listen to your father. You're hanging out in boys' face all day, calling them, texting them, probably doing meetups, all different kind of things. And this man was really in his right if he really wanted to throw her out. Like I said, I don't really see him throwing out his daughter. You can tell he care. But the fact that she don't want to listen, man, is very frustrating. And here in Babylon, you can't even put your hand on your child like you want to, because they can just go ahead and call the police and say you're abusing them. So they kind of make it tough on the man to bring the rod of correction upon some of these children. And talking only gets so far. Let's be honest. Talking only gets so far. Because once these children get to a certain age, once they hit puberty and they realize they got help from the government, they'll start to wild out, especially these little girls. They'll put themselves in bad situations that'll cause a man to really just want to choke they, like, ooh. And you can see the frustration in him, like he really wanted to put hands on her, but he really couldn't because it's baby girl. I'm going to go here. Proverbs 19 and 18. Chasten thy son while there is hope, and let not thy soul spare for his crime. And that just don't apply to boys, but also to the girl. As you seen, he was chastening her. Matter of fact, let's define the word chasten. It's a lucky man. All right. I'm gonna go into chasten. Y'all saw? Oh, strong H3256. Y'all saw? A primitive root to chastise, literally with blows or figuratively with words. We saw this man using his word to chastise his daughter by telling him to get out of his house, by telling her all the things she done wrong, by saying it to her face, by not letting her hide from it, by being direct to her, like, look, I told you A, B, and C, but you didn't want to do A, B, and C. You thought D and F was good enough and you just gonna do it your own way. No, that's not how I'm gonna raise you. All right. With words, hence to instruct, bind, chasten, chastise, correct, instruct, punish, reform, reprove, soar, teach, to chasten, discipline, to instruct, to admonish, to chasten, to admonish, to instruct, to discipline, to let oneself be chastened or corrected or admonished, to discipline or correct. He was trying to correct her action. I know he was doing it to scare her. Like I said, no man want to leave his 14-year-old daughter out there on the street, especially if I'm telling her stop talking to these fast ass little boys, then I'm gonna put you out on the streets where I know that's exactly where you're going. No good father want to do that, man. But he has to scare her one way or another, because talking to her ain't working. So he got to get a little strict on his chastisement to make sure she understand what's truly at stake here. You have nowhere else to go. I'm your father. I'm trying to teach you right. So you either going to listen to me or you're going to get out. We're gonna go to the NLT, Proverbs 19:18. Discipline your children while there's still hope. Right now, she's 14. There's still hope. Let's just hope this situation work for him, or he up, shit's creek. If not, but there's still hope right now. Otherwise, you will ruin their lives. See, if he let her go free, don't give her care, she'll end up ruining her life. And how many women that's been out there, young girls, have had their life ruined because their father wasn't in it, where either he was willingly departed and just didn't want to be there, or the mother kept him away from his daughter or son, because there have been a lot of sons that's been ruined too because of this, or a little bit of both. But that's why the scripture said you got to discipline them while there's still hope. And once these kids hit 16, if you ain't got it in their head, discipline, training them up, like the scripture say, train a child up in the way they should go, and they should never depart from them when they get older. Roughly paraphrasing. If you get them right early, while it's still hope, by the time they hit 16, man, you've been got them to a point where you won't even have to lay a hand on them. We all know what I'm talking about. It's a stare a man can have that can quiet a child, no matter how old they get. I remember how rest his soul, my father, even when I was around 21, 22, 23, man, it was this look my father would give me that would just stop me cold in my rage and in my anger, because he had already chastened me to the point to where I know once he get that look, he mean business, and he's not playing anymore. Even though by then my father had a messed up hip, he was a lot smaller than he was when he was, in his prime as a man. I still understood, hey, all right, it's time to chill, man. My dad giving me that look. That's why the scripture, Proverbs 19:18, it says, discipline your child while there's still hope. He still has a chance to get her mind right while she's still 14, because once she hits 16, and they really gonna blow it in her ear and telling her all this stuff, and it's gonna be too late. All right, we're gonna go here. Sirach 26:10 and 11. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. And that's what this man was doing, trying to keep her in straitly. Let's define that word straitly. Go to the Cambridge Dictionary. Tightly, close is severely. Like that's all they had on it. I mean, keep a tight watch over. That's all it's saying. If she be shameless, like the girl tried to lie about, but you know her father wasn't lying. You gotta keep her in straightly. Tight, strict chasing her. He was doing his job as a man. And I applaud that, especially here in Babylon. At least she abused herself through overmuch liberty. He was trying to hurry up and cut that out because he know. And here in Babylon, they don't allow the woman to come past a man. And once these girls get to a certain age and they realize, man, they ain't gonna want to listen no more, man. So he's trying to keep her in straightly so she won't overly abuse herself. Watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against you. Yeah, you know how them girls be, they give you that side look like, I wish you would kind of look, man. You got a 5 across the eye. You got to beware of that impudent eye. Matter of fact, that word impudent, not showing due respect for another person. And you can see that in her tone when she was talking to her father. Even though she was trying to cry and put on these crocodile tears, you seen her talking back. She wasn't showing respect to her father while he was talking to him. Because I know when I was coming up, you couldn't even get into a grown person conversation, let alone talk back to him. Run your mouth, say 1 or 2 words. You get a warning, the next, right across the eye. But here in Babylon, man, they done took that power away from the people to where you can't really just chastise your children with whippings, especially once they get to a certain age and they understand you can't do that. And that's what this man at. He in a situation where you know if she was younger, he'd put a belt to her. But he knew if he did, then she'd probably try to go to school and say he beating on her and abusing her and all kind of stuff. Before we go, I want to get this in a New Revised Standard. Keep strict watch over a headstrong daughter. And she was very headstrong. Or else, when she finds liberty, she will make use of it. And that's what she was doing. Smoking, being in little boy faces, calling them, back talking to her daddy. All kind of things. Verse 11, be on guard against her impudent eye, and do not be surprised if she sins against you. And you can tell from what he wasn't surprised, because no telling how long this been going on. That's why the Lord said here in Deuteronomy 23:17, there shall be no whores of the daughter of Israel, nor a sodomite of the son of Israel. This was the man was trying to keep his daughter from being a whore. From being one of these loose women that a lot of these so-called BWs are, the black women here in Babylon. Majority of them are whores. So this man didn't want to see his daughter be a whore, let alone a loose cannon at that. But once they start with one thing, it just deteriorates into another. Whoredom leads to lesbianism. Lesbianism leads to they'll do anything. It's just a trickle down effect, man. Once they hit them, it's just a downhill spiral. We're not supposed to have whores in the daughters of Israel. But here in Babylon, they push it so much, man. It's hard to find some decent little girls that still try to be little girls that even at her age. All right, we're going to hear from Deuteronomy over here to Leviticus. We're going to end out there. Leviticus 21:9. And the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore, she profaned her father. She shall be burnt with fire. And we know in the kingdom, well, with Yahweh's sacrifice, every Israelite man will be a priest. So Yahweh by Shem and Yahweh said, if she want to profane herself, then she should be burnt with fire. But we can't do that here. But the fire of chastisement, do it just good enough. He just got to pray to Yahweh by Shem and Yahweh that it worked. But if not, man, she just going to continue to do what she doing now. She's going to continue to be a headache, continue to be a problem. It continue to be a situation that no man really want to have to come home and deal with. You know what I'm talking about. It's sad because, as you see, Kate sent it to her mama. She told her herself, you know, my mama don't want to deal with me. Matter of fact, that's probably where she got it from. What's that scripture say? Gonna be a proverb as the mother. Let me see, can I find that? Salaki. Yeah, Ezekiel 16:44. Behold, everyone that uses proverb shall use this proverb against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is the daughter. And that's really what that man fighting against. He's fighting against her mother. He's trying to get that spirit that her mother have off her. Because she don't want to deal with her daughter, more than likely. 9 times out of 10, that's usually what it is. Hot girl summer, living her best life. She doing her own thing. Now her daughter done picked up that spirit. That's why the Lord said this proverb is going to be used against her. But once we get into the kingdom, man, when everybody come back in their right mind, we're all made perfect under the law. We'll never have to worry about this kind of situation ever happen again. But as long as we here in Babylon, this will continue to the destruction of Babylon. But I hope this video was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadas. Shalom to the next video.